My name is Catherine Balabanova. I'm the CRO and board director of 3DI, a cloud video AI platform. Excited to be here today with our long-term partners, Gav Hill, director of E2E Guardian Security Group, and Alex Lin, technical alliance manager at Milesight. We'll talk about the cloud migration trends and how we facilitate those. Equally excited to thank my team at 3DI who worked on this event and all of you who made time to join. We've got registrants from Australia, New Zealand, India, Malaysia, Singapore, among other countries. Of course, US and Canada are present as well. We encourage you to listen closely throughout the webinar. It's pretty short. We'll take another 25 minutes or so, as we'll have a fun opportunity at the end. And we'll be asking questions. And the first 3 participants to answer fastest will win prizes. Please use Q&A area at the bottom of the screen to communicate your questions and answers. We've disabled the chat function. And again, this event will be recorded and distributed to all of the registered participants afterwards. The purpose of our brief program today is to highlight the benefits that Milesight and 3DI integration bring. And this synergy is leveraged by E2E Guardian, and Gav will speak to it. The combined solution addresses the 3 key pain points, which are limited connectivity in remote areas, high bandwidth costs, and complex hardware setup and challenges of scaling camera installations. So to put this into context, I'd like to quote a couple of stats. The number one relevant information is that globally we'll have 1.2 billion cameras installed right now, and this number will grow to 2 billion by 2030. And to zoom in on the market where majority of our attendees are from today, Asia Pacific, the surveillance camera market generated revenue of approximately 28 billion right now in 2024, and will grow 12% CAGR a year by 2030. But out of all of this abundance of cameras, only 3%, single digits, are connected to the cloud. And if you think about it, the staggering 97% still rely on outdated on-premise systems with limited outside access for the monitoring operators to reach. The demand for video surveillance cloud solution continues to grow rapidly. And to illustrate that, the United States, for example, that's leading the way in adopting the cloud technology for video surveillance, we saw an increase of over 1 million cloud-connected cameras in 2023 compared to 2022. This stats is from Novaya Insights research. But this is just a fraction of the overall market of 100 million cameras installed across the country. So the market for video surveillance as a service is growing rapidly at 23%, about that CAGR per year, and will double in size by 2027. And to choose between threat and false alarm, operators are increasingly using live video monitoring and video verification. So this gives you food for thought to size up the business opportunity in front of us. To reiterate, the video surveillance and monitoring industry is transitioning to cloud-connected video systems with analytical processing. And that's why we're here talking about the timely combined Milesight and 3DI solution that helps to do 3 things. That is to eliminate the need for on-premise hardware for scalability, leverage AI for cloud video analytics in the face of growing number of camera streams, and finally to optimize bandwidth usage to help with the connectivity issue. So you might wonder what Pure Cloud is and the name of our platform. This concept is 3 things, really. Firstly, you connect any camera without any hardware like bridges or expensive servers, which allows for lowest cost of ownership and maximum scalability. Simply, there's no box to set up, and it's a plug-and-play camera to cloud scenario that you can easily scale. Secondly, all of the storage and AI processing is happening on the cloud. In our case, it's AWS infrastructure. And 3DI platform leverages the cloud AI network effect for maximum relevancy and precision of the analytics. The model size are not restricted, and you can rely on such analytics for decision-making and the important monitoring work. Ultimately, with the exponential growth of data and continuous training, the moat between the cloud-based and edge-based systems will continue to expand. And with such cloud analytics, you can make any connected camera smarter by simply activating a module of choice on a camera on your cloud account. And thirdly, pure cloud also means that live streams are distributed from the cloud to an unlimited number of users. Imagine a retail store with 16 cameras, for example, with 3 remote managers and 1 security guard viewing real-time feeds and archives from outside. This setup would pull 64 streams from this site, resulting in high bandwidth usage. This is when the ISP bandwidth becomes a bottleneck. Okay. So here is briefly 3DI platform. It's designed for multi-site and multi-brand deployments and offers all customary features of an enterprise-grade video management software with advanced analytical add-on options that are native to our cloud platform and developed in-house. You can simply activate behavior-based loitering analytics rolled out just last year, or cloud-based license plate recognition of fire and smoke detection on any camera. So now Gav, who works with the platform daily, will go over the scenario of how his company and his clients leverage 3DI Pure Cloud in combination with Milesight cameras in a limited connectivity environment to great success. Over to you, Gav.
Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate the introduction and truly interesting content. Thanks everyone for joining today. As Catherine said, Gav Hill from E2E Guardian, Director at E2E Group. E2E Group is an end-to-end security group looking after many customers in logistics, warehousing, manufacturing, retail. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here today. So just jump across to the main benefits here. So with an integrator business, whether in Australia or anywhere across the world, we know that the customer wants solutions quick, they want them to be easy, and they want them to be effective. Obviously, leveraging solar, cellular, and pure cloud technology in remote sites is paramount. We know that deploying good surveillance solutions in those scenarios is difficult. So having the technologies from Milesight and 3DI combined is a huge benefit. So if we're thinking about deployments in remote sites, obviously one of the main hurdles is bandwidth, connectivity, and storage. Not having to have any additional hardware to manage or configure and worry about those sort of bandwidth and retention issues is a huge benefit. And then looking at the 2 top benefits of solar being you can be wireless, you don't have to run hardwire cable, as well as having the push module technology between 3DI and Milesight, which is a really tight and robust and very advanced deployment option, is amazing, because for an integrator, basically, once it gets powered on, it gets connected to the cloud instantly. It creates an encrypted connection, and you're off to the races. So from an integrator perspective, happy days. This works across all applications. A lot of times for logistics or for manufacturing, they're conducting upgrades. and don't want to invest in running cables, or then there won't be permanent location. So having this type of option is amazing. It really makes things very straightforward for us. On that note, I do have a live instance here that I'd like to demo. So I'll just share my screen here. Let me know that that's come up all right.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Great. Okay, so over here is an example of a manufacturer that we look after. This is a temporary Milesight solar camera where they've been conducting different upgrades to their substation for electrical power. So they've had it mounted on a pole and keep relocating it. So again, it's good bang for buck if you consider the ease of implementation and also how mobile it can be. Then if we're sort of looking at what the portal is showing you, so just a quick run through, and this leverages both technologies. A very handy map so that the customer, or when it goes through to control rooms that have situational awareness, you can click on the camera and see where it's positioned and a live feed. Then we have the events panel coming through. So here, obviously, when talking about surveillance, we want to be event driven. We don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive. So having the ability to put on analytics to detect people was important because they were worried about their temporary infrastructure being vandalized or any burglary. So you can see the events coming through live. But again, talking about bandwidth and bottleneck, like Catherine mentioned, when you have a lot of people who want to view this footage from the operations team, etc., we don't want to put a strain, and having the bitrate management out of the box from Milesight is a big relief. You can see the stats here that I've pulled up. Considering the quality of the image, the resolution, and watching the average bit rate here, it's pretty sensational. I know that working with other solar setups with different manufacturers in the past, you could expect to see sometimes 10x the bit rate, which puts a strain on the bandwidth and storage as well. And that's not to mention other optimization that you have with Milesight in the camera itself, with bandwidth optimization between nothing happening in the scene versus events happening in the scene, as well as Smart Stream, which is built in, which shows on average between up to 70% savings on bandwidth and storage. So if there are any questions, if you want me to touch on any other points here, feel free, or otherwise I'll hand over to the capable hands of Alex Lin from Milesight.
Okay, thank you, Gav. Thank you for the presentation and demo. So this is Alex from Milsight, Technical Alliance team. So we are a camera manufacturer, also specializing CCTV camera and intelligent traffic camera, and also we have IoT sensor business as well since 2011. So with this, with my part, I would like to. Gav has already made important points that highlight the value of Milesight and 3DI working together as an integrated solution for different project and scenario. So I would like to make a few summary and also with some more detail. So first thing, the push technology that Gav has briefly mentioned, I would like just to add a bit more. So basically, push technology is a push module that built into camera in order to establish an easy and stable connection between camera and 3D icon VMS. So the best part of it is that even if you don't have any public IP addresses or don't want to do port mapping for any device, or if you are using a 4G camera, as mentioned, with a dynamic IP, you don't have to worry. The connection is always and automatically made by 3DI. So this technology simplifies the setup process and other hassles, allowing you to focus on monitoring and security. And I'd like to also talk about the current compatibility and features available on 3DI with Milsight cameras. So basically, we are highly compatible with 3DI, whether we're talking about videos, two-way audio, PDZ, or camera basic settings, or more importantly, the camera analytics events management on 3DI. So in which we already have motion detection, line crossing, intrusion, and loitering is coming soon. Be ready to manage on 3DI. We're also working with 3DI team on some specialized features like edge recording recovery, allowing 3DI to retrieve backup video from camera's SD card when the connection is lost accidentally and then restored. Also, we are working on the license plate recognition camera, integrating with 3DI. We're trying to integrate the license plate data with 3DI so you can see the real-time recognition results and also search a plate in history. We are also very excited to announce that right now we have this feature available in our 4G solar-powered AMPR camera, and for regular AMPR camera, it's going to come soon. Gav also has mentioned how to use Milsight camera features to save a bandwidth and reduce your surveillance costs on 3DI. I would like also to add to that a little bit. So basically, there are a few features that is supporting this result. So we have the smart string encoding and ROI setupable so that you can just optimize the size of the continuous video stream by focusing on dynamic moments with motion and compressing the less critical video. And also we have this special feature we call event-based bitrate control that allows you to set a standard bitrate and frame rate during security events, while you can set lower quality during normal time, so that you can save important data very well while reducing the overall volume. So I would like just to give you a real world example from one of our Canadian partners. So basically, these are two screenshots sent from the system. So he configured the camera to use a regular bitrate for event moments, which is 512 kilobits per second. And for other normal time, non-event time, he just uses lower 128 kilobits per second bitrate setup. So basically, you can see clearly from the screenshots how the function works. You can tell the difference in the image quality by the texture on the road or on the grass between the event and non-event. We also set up event-based bitrate control on multiple Milsight cameras, which is connected to the 3DI platform. And this form will basically show you the good results. So not only we're able to reduce the average bitrate from 750 kilobits per second to just 400 kilobits per second, but we also have better image quality during motion without causing any problem for the video player. So the video is stable and can be easily played back on any device. So this is a highly effective tool for reducing your data usage and cost in a wide range of scenarios. I'd like also to talk about the 4G solar powered camera, because this is also a very perfect match between the Milsight camera with 3DI that works on specifically off-grid scenario. So now even it doesn't matter if you're monitoring on a transport network where you want to monitor the traffic flow, where you want to check suspicious car or any other similar off-grid scenario, which is challenging you with no place to put your recording server, or with problem or issues with providing an easy cabling network or power to the camera. So you just simply use a 4G solar power camera just to solve the power and network connectivity problem by itself. Also, and this camera is also combined with the 3DI push technology, so it can always stay with 3DI with a very stable connection. And with 3DI, you just have the storage on cloud, and you don't have to worry about putting any server or hardware for recording on site. So for the Milsight 4G solar powered camera, we have two versions. We have the security version and the AMPR version, which is available to do the license plate recognition. So both of them are offer a 4 megapixel resolution and are designed to use very little power. So it is as low as 2.1 watts per hour. So with the maximum 540 watts battery, they can support up to 9 days battery life. And of course, this is normally to be used outdoor, so it has IP67 protection rating and can withstand a 12th grade wind. So it also has some bandwidth saving feature called the dynamic frame rate. So this is also a very reliable feature to be used in various environments, including even in like less sunny days. So you can use them perfectly with also quite a big bunch of data saving. So if we look at the compatibility with the 3DI on this particular model, it's pretty much ready, as all frequently used functions are available now on 3DI. So including the 3 main analytics events, the motion, intrusion, and line parsing, and also, as mentioned earlier, we have the AMPR version as its license plate data integrated with 3DI for searching. So lastly, I would like just to show an overview of the compatibility of Milsight whole product lines with 3DI. So whether you're using our entry-level mini series or Pro series or AMPR series or 360 fisheye single lenses camera, they already you can rest assured that they already work well with the 3DI. And as we speak, we are working with the 3DI team integrating our multiple lenses camera, including the dual sensor camera and also the multi-sensor camera. So we hope that the aim is to provide a broad compatibility that ensures that you can have the flexibility to choose different camera of different modality or form factor for your specific needs in different projects.